It is absolutely stupid to think that getting wealthy has to be done by building some sort of unicorn company. Quite the contrary, wealth is often built in very boring yet useful industries like the skilled trades, like cleaning windows or laying, asphalt down and filling in potholes or digging ditches for power lines. There's big money in these industries, guys, and not enough reputable people building reputable companies in these industries to fulfill all the work that needs to be done. And so one of the first real tangible goals that you can set for your skilled trades company is figuring out how to scale to $50,000 a month in revenue. From my experience running our sandblasting and painting company, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to scale from zero to $50,000 a month, which is $600,000 a year, in your first 24 months. You could even potentially do it in your first year, okay? If you have the right mindset, if you have the right strategies, if you know what you're doing, it should not be that challenging to scale from 0 to 50 a month in the skilled trades, simply because there's so much demand right now for every single service in the skilled trades. And the demand is just going to get more over time because there's so many people leaving the industry and not anybody coming into the industry to take their jobs. So scaling to 50,000 a month should not be that difficult if you know what you're doing. In this video, we are going to give you some clear, actionable advice and strategies on how to scale from 0 to 50,000 a month in your skilled trades or construction business. And we're also going to explain why $50,000 a month is the number that you really need to be striving for in the very beginning, because $50,000 a month really solves a lot of problems. It starts to allow you the freedom and the flexibility that you need in order to really start to scale your business. So $50,000 a month is very much a magical number that you want to start to hit as quickly as you possibly can. Also, if you're new to the channel, my name is Adam Zwingler. This channel is dedicated, you've heard this before, this channel is dedicated to helping you scale your skilled trades business or construction business from idea generation all the way to $10 million in annual revenue. I'm currently in the process of doing that with my own sandblasting and painting company. I'm taking everything that I'm learning as we take this journey and I'm dumping it into this YouTube channel. We're trying to build 250 videos over the next couple years that will actually take our skills and our lessons that we're learning as we take this journey to 10 million, and we're trying to help you do the exact same thing. What we know is that only 1%, less than 1% of all businesses out there ever start at 0 and scale to 10 million in annual revenue. So it's a rare thing to have it happen. But we also know that the skilled trades are extremely underserved. There's a ton of demand. There's not enough people doing it. And so if you are interested in learning how to do this, the skilled trades is one of the best places to actually build a business this big. And through this channel, we are going to teach you the methods and the strategies and the execution that you need in order to figure out how to do it. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, consider liking and subscribing and following along. So why does it actually make sense to scale to $50,000 a month? Some pretty awesome things start to happen when you hit $50,000 a month. Typically at $50,000 a month, you can hire an operations manager, have a couple employees beneath that operations manager that are actually doing the work. You can afford your materials, and you can typically have $5,000 to $10,000 a month left over, which you can put into a cash position that you're starting to build, or you can start investing into other equipment and things that are needed in order to scale to the next level. So think of it this way, $50,000 a month equals flexibility and options. And that's exactly what you want, guys, because once you have options, you can stop working in the business, start working on the business. And that's the key to starting to scale your business to the next level. And get ready for a messy ride to get there. Building a business in construction or the skilled trades is no rosy walk in the park, guys. I really mean that you are going to be up against a lot of complex problems. Like in the beginning, you are going to be responsible for working through a lot of complexities, including figuring out how to build your team. Guys, right off the bat, I just will mention one thing about this. It's so hard in the skilled trades and construction. It is hard to figure out who you can trust. In the beginning, I went through a ton of guys and most of them took advantage of me. They stole from me. They did a variety of different things. It took me a while to build the right company culture and find the guys that actually cared about coming alongside me and wanting to build something and not just take advantage of the situation. I came in new to the skilled trades and they saw that and they knew that, and I got a lot of bad apples right off the bat. So you are going to be responsible for building a team, building the right systems. You're going to be struggling with cash flow issues where companies and customers aren't paying you in a reasonable time. You're going to be dealing with all kinds of issues, guys, and you're going to be wearing a ton of hats. You're going to be feeling very underpaid for the amount of work that you're doing. Just hear me on that. But it's all part of the refining process. There's beauty in the madness, guys. You have to go through this part of your business and you have to grind on it for the next couple years or the next year or two. But what I can tell you after kind of being through that part of the process is that if you do it right, you're going to eventually come out the other end. This beautiful thing that you are building is going to start to turn into a cash flow monster, and it's going to be a true blessing to you going into the future. And you're going to realize that companies in the skill trades, they do not get disrupted the way that tech industries do and a lot of other industries. And one of the reasons why building a company in the skilled trades can turn into such a blessing over time is because there's really very little fear of it being disrupted. The skilled trades are not an industry that gets disrupted. Paving roads has been the same for a century. Putting roofs on has been the same for a century. Sandblasting has been the same for a century. Cleaning windows, it doesn't change. Maybe there's some modern products and stuff that come into the industry, but it's not disrupted the way that a lot of tech industries and stuff like that is disrupted. So what you're gonna find is that there's beauty in the madness, and on the other side of madness is something pretty incredible. What you're also going to find is that your mindset and your beliefs about what you think is possible will ultimately determine how far you go. And I'll give you an example of this with something that happened with us a couple years ago. We sat down with this guy. He had, over 6 years, acquired 90 rental properties. He started with nothing. He started with no money, nothing. He took out money off of his credit card in order to fund his first property. I remember asking him, do you think it would be reasonable? Do you think it's possible for us to own 10 rental properties over the course of 10 years? Do you think that's possible? And he said, let me tell you a story that will change your mindset and your beliefs about what is possible here. He said, I have a friend. He was a farmer. He worked farming equipment. He was out in the fields. He gave up that profession. He came over and started acquiring rental properties, and his mindset was right and his belief system was right. And he acquired 22 properties in his first year. And he said, not only is it possible for you to acquire 10 rental properties in 10 years, he said, if you change your mindset and you change your beliefs and you change the way that you think, acquiring 10 rental properties can be done in a much shorter period of time. And that made me realize that a lot of what we accomplish in life, guys, really just comes down to what we believe is possible and if we have the right mindset to back that belief. Okay, so let's get into the two strategies, essentially the two levers that you can pull on your business that will ramp you to $50,000 a month as quickly as possible. Okay, so let's pull up this chart and take a look at these two strategies that will help you scale to $50,000 as quickly as possible. And I've divided them into two analogies. One is customer traps. So essentially the things that you want to do to trap customers into your business. And then the second category is hunting trips, basically, where you're going to go out and you're going to take down the bigger customers. Okay, so we've got the chart pulled up. Let's go ahead and take a look at customer traps and break down this particular strategy for helping you get to $50,000 a month in annual sales. So basically what customers traps is it is recognizing that in the skilled trades, you provide a service. And when people need a service in life, whether it's painting or window cleaning or roofing or whatever, where do you think that they go to search for services, especially like physical services like that? They go to Google, they go to the search engines, they go to Thumbtack, they go to Yelp, they go to a variety of different places where they can go on the internet and type in their service and find somebody close to them that can actually provide this service. So the thing that you want to do in order to lay customer traps for your business is you want to go out and you want to start building out your profile on Google and on Bing and on Home Advisor and on Thumbtack and Yelp. Home Advisor sucks, by the way. Try to stay away from that one. The goal here is you take a certain chunk of your time up front and you invest it into building the right way, building a trap, an essential trap, which is the ads that you build into Google and these different places. And you build that over a period of time. And once you lay that trap, guys, what's great about it is you basically don't have to do anything. You know, once you've got your ad set up, and as long as it's done right, and as long as you have done the right things, which we're going to train you how to do these things in future videos, but as long as you have laid the foundation the right way, you can literally walk away from that customer trap. You can go on and do other things in your life. You can build your business in other ways. And all while you're over here doing these other things for your business, this thing that you've set up is trapping new customers and bringing them into the business and causing the phone to ring and causing customers to come into your business interested in having you do the service that you offer. That's the beautiful thing about a trap, guys, is that you lay the foundation of it and then you walk away and you do other things. And when you come back, you have customers ready to do business with you. Traps are good for catching catching smaller customers. So whether you're trying to catch residential homeowners, or whether you're trying to capture smaller commercial work, putting those ads up on Google and going out to Thumbtack in different places like that, that's really good for helping you capture the smaller jobs within your industry. So think of trapping like catching small animals. Now, on the flip side, after you set up those traps and after you have that working and after you can see that the phone's ringing and people are finding you and you're starting to close customers that way, then you want to leave that to itself, build a system, just like in our other video that we created, which if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link to it. But if you want to watch the video, I'll put a link at the end of this video, actually, on the video that we created on how to create systems and systematize certain functions of your business. Definitely recommend watching that at the end of this video. But you want to build this in a way where you create a system that is going to run on its own. And then the next thing you do is you build this other system, which is essentially a hunting trip, where you are going to start bidding on the bidding networks, Blue Book, Dodge, Construct Connect, and other large bidding networks where you can go out there and you can take aim and start bidding on those big commercial projects. You know, in hunting terms, it's like taking down the stag or taking down the buffalo. And you want to go out there, and what you're going to do is you're going to take aim on these bigger contracts and you are going to fire at them. You're going to bid on them, as many as you can, hoping to take down a couple of those. But I will say this, commercial estimating it's a skill set, guys, and it's more than just bidding on potential work. Yes, you want to bid on a lot of work, but it's very much a relationship-oriented game, where you're going to bid on stuff, but you are also going to follow up. You're going to build rapport. You're going to go meet some of these general contractors and these other people in your industry that can provide these big contracts, and you're going to start to develop a relationship. Because if you're serious about this business and you're serious about building this over the next 10 years, and you're serious about having a company that is doing $10 million in annual revenue in a decade, these are not just fly-by-night customers. These are customers that are going to give you some sort of smaller job, like $50,000 job or $100,000 job. They're going to test you on something a little smaller, and then they could potentially over time be the customers that give you the $1 million contract, the $2 million contract, the $10 million contract. And so there's an art and there's a skill to this. Just like hunting, you can't just go out in the woods and start firing off and hope that you hit something. There's a methodical art to hunting. In order to be efficient, in order to be effective, there is a series of things that you have to do and a lot of things that you have to think through in order to really get in front of the right opportunity. And I'm not much of a hunter. In fact, I've never really been able to shoot anything, but I've seen people that are skilled at it. And I think that commercial estimating, in many ways, it can be equated to that. You need to be methodical about how you do it, okay? So you're laying traps. That's ensnaring customers into your business on a daily basis, and it's automated. And then you're building a hunting trip so that every day, and once again, this is another system that you put people in place, you hire a commercial estimator, and you develop a sales funnel and a systematic approach to how you're going to bid on work going into the future. And you systematize this part of your business as well, so that you've got sales coming in over here on this lever, and you've got that as jacked as possible, and you got sales coming in over on this lever, and basically all of those sales from those two levers land in the business, and then you get to start cherry picking the jobs that you want, the ones that have the highest potential, the ones that have the highest margins, the ones that have the least needy, high maintenance customers. And it's beautiful when you have an abundance of leads and an abundance of opportunities, because then you stop being desperate. If you're wondering, by the way, where somebody that builds their business by word of mouth sits in this spectrum, building your business by word of mouth is like going out in the woods, sitting on a log and watching the butterflies fly around you and hoping that some sort of animal just jumps out of the woods and lands on your lap, and you're just gonna like bear hug them and take them back, and that's gonna be your hunting trip. Building a business by word of mouth is not effective. It will happen from time to time, but it's not an effective, proactive way to start pulling the levers in your business that's gonna get you to 50,000 quick. These are the two levers. I know, because this is what we've done with our sandblasting and painting business, quite a bit beyond that, as quickly as you possibly can. My business, Inside Out Creative, has been building websites specifically for the skilled trades companies for a decade now, almost a decade. So we really know how to build a quality, awesome website for the skilled trades. So consider coming out, Build Out University, and checking out some of our website templates and seeing if that would be something of interest to you. And also just check out the membership website, because it's a one-time flat fee. You get access to everything that's on the membership website. We're going to be putting courses in there to help you scale to $10 million and all sorts of other resources that will be valuable as you take this journey from $0 to $10 million annual revenue. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for hearing me out, and on to the next.